Hello, welcome back, Steve's Retirement Corner. Final Expense Friday. I'm over here at Mama's Day doing some the final clean out of the house. Well, I reckon I should say the daggone title of the video first, shouldn't I? Nobody wants your stuff. I'm sitting here in the shed over at Mom. I cleaned this out in 23, I believe it was. There's a little shed over here in the corner I waited to, I think it was earlier this year. If y'all can see that little shed there, that's one me and Dad put together. Made it out of, what do you call it, shipping crates. Built it years ago, not long after they moved to this house. And then they got one over here, it's this little pool house. How well y'all can see that. They used to have a pool in this enclosure right here, but we filled it in years ago. It was after Dad died. Me and Mama had it filled in. But so I mean, I did this one in 23, and I did that one in last year, I believe. Or those two. I did those two. No, I think it was. Yeah, I did. I did it early in 2024. Right. But you don't realize how much stuff you collect over the years, man. You just don't, you know. And one thing about cleaning the house out, because see, I didn't have to do all this. I did this in stages. I did this a little bit each year. This is my third year in a row cleaning stuff out. We didn't have no rush because Mama never come out here, and it was just full of Dad's golf stuff and junk like that. You know what I mean? Lawnmower junk, all that stuff, tools, stuff like that. I got a couple little pickup items in here I got to throw away. I got one more load I got to haul to the dump. But you don't realize how much stuff you collect over your lifetime, man. And it don't mean nothing to nobody but you. You know, nobody thinks your stuff is worth anything, man. But everybody thinks their stuff is worth millions. To them it is anyways. And that's what counts, man. I can see how it happens. I got stuff at the house. Well, a lot of stuff I got at the house I drug up from over here. But it's I can see how it happens. But I got stuff at the house I don't really use or need, but I really hate to get rid of it, you know. And I guess it comes from Mama and Dad. And you know, Dad, they grew up. I guess well, Dad was born during the Depression, and Mama was born right after the Second World War. So they grew up with parents that had been through all that, and they had a little piece of it because they had big families, and you know they were not extremely wealthy. How's that? You know what I mean? Sharecroppers and stuff like that. They didn't have a ton of money. So I mean, at that point, they had to save everything because they could use it for something else, or you know. And it just carried on, and it fed into me. I mean, I'm just as big a pack rat as they are. But when you go through a thing like this and you have to clean stuff out like that, it puts a different spin on it for you. You start thinking, man, you know, I need to get rid of stuff, you know. And it's a big job, but it ain't no sweat off my brow to do it. You know, I mean, it's a bad situation to go through, but I actually enjoy it, you know. I get to come over here, and every time I pull something out of a drawer that they might have kept, you know, it brings back a memory, a fond memory, you know what I mean? Whether it's a yearbook I had, or maybe a newspaper clipping, and Dad hitting a golf ball, or whatever. Brings back memories to me, and it kind of helps you heal and get over your loss. You know what I mean? It's you know, but it's a lot of work, and the more you get rid of and pare down before you die, that you know, it takes a little bit of that stress off of your loved one. You know. So I mean, my time's coming to a close over here. Won't be long. We'll be putting the house up for sale, and I probably won't be back over here much at all. But it's been nice to spend these past couple of months just kind of hanging out. in my thoughts and while I was working over here. I ain't gonna lie to you, it has. But just remember, man, nobody cares anything about your stuff. They don't want it. They want your time, you know. And about around every corner around here, I can think of some time I spent that was quality time with mom or dad. From just sitting in the living room, because we used to watch cowboy movies every week, every Sunday when I'd come over. Mom would have Gunsmoke on, you know. Or around the corner here, this shed, you know, Dad always had 2 chairs sitting over yonder. He'd be sitting in one when I got here, and I'd come out here, sit down beside him. He'd be thinking of stuff he could get a hold of and change, customize, and it'd never work again. Well, I'd sit there and brainstorm right on with him, talk about life, and you know, it's kind of been it's been therapy for me, and I've enjoyed my time. I took most of the stuff that was any worth a darn, any good. We donated to a junk store. I call them junk stores, like the Goodwill, Salvation Army, or whatever. And the stuff that I deemed that nobody would really want or wasn't useful no more to anybody, I hauled to the dump. So I got about 1 load of leftover junk to haul off, and just trash stuff. And then we'll be finished. Clean it up and put it on the market. But anyways, man, I think it's probably my last video. I don't know what order I'm gonna put these suckers in. So we'll see. But it's food for thought, you know. Anyways, man, yeah. Y'all take care. Whatever. I guess it's gonna be a Friday. I'll post it. So y'all make it a great weekend if you can, and we'll talk to y'all later.